Hi, this is Richard C. I'm a math tutor here at Wyzant, answering a question submitted by a student. And the question has us trying to figure out what x is, given the fact that the cosine of x is -1/2 and the cotangent of x is positive. Now, the cotangent is 1 over the tangent. The first thing that I think is useful to do is figure out what quadrant this angle is in. And the way I like to teach this is to just ask you to memorize this little expression here. All students take calculus. So in the first quadrant, all the functions, sine, cosine, and tangent, are positive. That's the all. Notice in the second quadrant here, only the sine is positive. So that's students. S is for students. S is for sine. The take here, all students take calculus. T tells us that the tangent is positive, and that's the only one that's positive here. And calculus starts with a C, and so does cosine, and cosine is the only thing that's positive here. So all students take calculus. It's just a handy way to remember which trigonometric functions are positive in which of the quadrants. So if we look at the cosine being negative, well, the cosine is negative. You can see -1/2 is going to be negative here and here. And the tangent is positive here and here. So the only place where the cosine, where both things are true, the cosine is negative and the tangent is positive, is going to be in the third quadrant. So then you can just use unit circle if you've studied that in school. Or we can just use the special right triangle, 30, 60, 90. We're interested in the cosine of an angle being 1/2 or -1/2, and so 60 is what we're after here. And the cosine of 60 is going to be a over 2a, which is going to be 1/2. So we know that this has to be a 60-degree angle. This is called the reference angle. And we know that this is going to be adjacent, which is going to be -1 over the hypotenuse, which would be 2. If you're dealing with a unit circle, the hypotenuse is not 2. So I think it's just better to use the special right triangles. If you're using the unit circle, you would have to have memorized that this point down here has the coordinate of -1/2, -1/2, -√3/2. That would be coming off the unit circle. And then you'd realize, oh, that's what I want. I want the because it's cosine comma sine on the unit circle, and so I want this angle here. So the angle this is the reference angle. The angle of interest is going to be 180 plus 60, which is going to be 240, and that's our answer. So there are a lot of things going on here when you're seeing trigonometry for the first time. It can be very confusing. After a while, you'll get used to it, and it'll be a lot easier. Just keep at it, and I think you'll find that it isn't as bad as it looks. Try to remember this about all students take calculus. At least that will get you into the correct quadrant. Okay, I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.